recognized who he was instantly. And these weren't high schoolers. These were junior high, maybe upper elementary. They recognized who he was. Every single teacher had a word to say about Charlie Kirk, and none of it was bad. It was all good. So we helped put on this event. I thought it was a great event. That's good. I see. Now I'm talking. I don't know how to stop. Gary says it's okay, I can stop now, but I'm going to finish what I'm talking about. Related to Charlie is, of course, Turning Points USA, but also the committee is helping to get a Young Republicans group started here in Baxter County. So we had our first meeting of the Young Republicans of Baxter County at our last committee meeting. Our committee meets on the last Tuesday of every month. So we'll meet one more time this year at the end of the month. And the Young Republicans, the people that are interested in forming that chapter, are meeting 1 hour beforehand. So they're meeting at 5. So all that to say this. If you're under the age of 40, between 18 and 40, that makes you a Young Republican. And we're getting that Young Republican chapter going. If you're interested, you can see me, you can see Russ, you can see Jay, and you can be encouraged, you can be in part of that Young Republican chapter. And I'm good to move on to the next person, which will be Brian Norris, our candidate for Arkansas Secretary of State. Come on down.
Thank you all so much for having us here tonight. I can't think of too many better things to do at this stage of my life than be in a room full of Americans that love their country and want to be a part of the process and influence and affect their body politic. And thank you so much for doing that. That's extremely important. Russ, Chris, class act, it's phenomenal. Well done. So my name is Brian Norris, and I am the candidate for Arkansas Secretary of State. I'm not a politician. I don't aspire to be a politician. I'm here tonight for the opportunity to earn your votes. I'm not going to ask you to give it to me. No one's ever gave me anything. I don't want you to start now. I want the opportunity to earn your votes, and I want to be a steward of a seat for a brief moment in time that is owned by you. So in essence, I'm here tonight to interview with my future employers. And I want to change the culture of the Secretary of State's office to orient that way. A customer service-centric facility, providing you, the citizens, the constituents, a service that you pay for. I'm joined tonight by my beautiful wife, Kelly, and our 3 daughters in the back. Kel, if you could stand up. And unabashedly, I'm going to... So the answers to your questions are, yes, I'm married up. And the other answer is, she hasn't figured it out yet, so yes. Every morning is like winning the lottery. So even if I'm not successful in this, I'm still winning the lottery, right? But to brag on her a little bit, she was named Indo-Pacific Command Spouse of the Year back in 2019 for all the efforts she did while we were in the Army. I am retired Army, served 21 years. I grew up in Truman, Arkansas. I did not start life in the absolute best of circumstances. I was born to a single mom, started life out in the projects, and then we graduated to a sharecropper's home out in the middle of a cotton field. And I say graduated because it was ours. The government, you guys gave us a hand up, not a handout for the rest of our lives, and that always stuck with me. And the community made investments in me, helping me with ailments that I had, like dyslexia. Teachers would open their doors early for me. They would open them for me on my way home from school, walk into that farm. They made an investment to me that paid off, and I was the first member of my family to get into college. Well, as best laid plans can go, they often get interrupted, right? And the tragic events of 9/11 took me from the beautiful campus of Arkansas State University to the United States Army, and I joined the 2nd Unit to land in Afghanistan at Bagram Airfield back when it was still just a dirt run strip. And what I thought was just going to be 4 years, I'll go back to college, ended up being 21 years of service that I wouldn't trade for anything in the world. And if nothing else, one of my biggest claims to fame is throughout all my combat deployments, every soldier that went with me came home. I never lost a soldier. And since retiring, I'm now a senior project manager for a Fortune 500 company. Elevated there quite quickly. I managed projects globally, hundreds of millions of dollars, Europe, Asia, Mexico. Thanks to the tariffs, we are moving a lot of factories from Mexico up to the continental United States, so that's fantastic, and I'm happy to be a part of that process. But why am I running to be your Secretary of State? Well, I'm tired of being last as a state. I'm going to share with you some numbers. Our quality of life is 44 out of 50. 48 for crime and corrections. Our business is 35. Education is 36. Healthcare is 47. Infrastructure is 41. Natural environment, we're the natural state. Natural environment's 35. Economic opportunity is 48. And I want to focus on that. I'm a problem solver. It's what I do. You give me a problem, I'll find a solution. I will figure out a way to achieve success. I will orient a team and define success, and I will drive them to meet that end state. And when we fail along the way, failure is just one way to identify what didn't work and to adapt and figure out another way to get to success. And I will not stop until we see these numbers improve. Because one day down the road, my kids are going to look at me and they're going to say, Dad, I love you. I love Arkansas. But I want to thrive in this world and not just survive. And if I'm going to do that, I need to go to Texas, Tennessee, God forbid California. Sorry, babe, I know you're from there. She's a California refugee. I took her in. All right. And then I'm stuck driving all across the country trying to have a relationship with my grandkids. And so I'm going to do everything in my power to make sure that I'm not in that predicament. And the second, third order effects of that is everyone else is going to benefit from it too, fairly. Because a country and a state, and a county and a community is nothing more than the sum total of its people. And I love my people. I would serve my people. 3 days after Bush declared war, I was signing up at MEPS because I wanted to give back to the people that I love, and I want to continue doing that. How do we do that? So we've identified some problems, but how do we come? What's the solutions, right? Never bring me a problem unless you got a solution. Well, I got a few of them. Number one, when it comes to business, day one, I'm going to do a Doge-style audit of everything business-related with this caveat. If it's not codified in law, you bring it to me. I will then vet that with the attorneys at the Secretary of State's office. If it is indeed not codified in law, it will go away day one. Day one. No more red tape. I will then tell our legislature, if you want to put a burden on the Arkansas taxpayer, pass a law and be held accountable to your constituents. You will not use this office to do an end run around to get what you want. That stops. Thank you so much. Elsewhere with business, what I want to do is every 3 months I want to meet with a small business owner somewhere in Arkansas, and I want to do a hot wash with you. Because how can I know if what I'm doing is successful unless I'm meeting you where you're at? And what affects Baxter County is different than Washington County, and it's different than Pulaski County. So I'm going to look you in the face with no staff, and I'm going to say, what am I doing right? What am I doing wrong, and how can I improve? And you might say, you suck. And I'll say, okay, how can I suck less in 3 months when we meet up again? And that's what I'm going to do for you. I'm going to have lessons that are learned, and I'm not just going to identify the lessons and put them in a book on a website. The website's going to be completely changed. I won't waste too much time on it, but I can guarantee you it's going to look completely different. Go look at Mississippi's. It's going to kind of mirror that because I've looked at every single one of them, all 50, right? Every single one of them, and Mississippi's got a good one, and I hate to say it, but, you know, Mississippi's kind of beating us at least in one thing in life, right? Look, the sun shines on a dog every now and again, right? Y'all know the saying goes. So good for Mississippi on that one, but just think of that. Now, when it comes to Capitol grounds, how can I be as transparent as possible with you and give you back power in your body politic? Well, number one, on day one, my office door comes off its hinges and it goes into the storage closet. And that sends a signal to everyone, there will be no backroom door deals. Because everything that you say in my office will be heard by the staff out there and can be reported on. I want to take minute meetings everywhere I go and upload them so that you can see everything that was discussed and that we talked about. That's transparency. Giving you access back is power. All those reserved parking spots around the Capitol go away, and a new one comes in that says reserved for private Arkansas citizen. And I will direct the Capitol Police to scan every tag parked. And if you're a lobbyist registered, which by law you have to be, or you're an elected official, you get towed. No warnings. good luck getting your car. Because ease of access is power. If you can park easily at the Capitol, and then you can walk in that meeting room, you find the same reservation in every front row of every meeting room that says the same reservation, and you've been telling your elected official, I want you to vote this way on a certain bill, and then all of a sudden you show up and you're sitting front row directly across from them, that's power. And it needs to go away from the lobbyists and back to you. On the lobbyists, if there are meeting rooms, they will go away. They will not be tolerated. I will tell them, you can lobby your government. You're an American citizen, you have that right, but you will not use taxpayer resources, floor space, electricity, office furniture to conduct your business. Do it somewhere else. You're free to do it, but do it somewhere else. There's a few other things when it comes to the Capitol grounds. Thank you. I'm running out of time, so I'll get real quick. There's a few other things at Capitol grounds I want to do. I want to bring back Christmas the way that it used to be and beautify the Capitol, something for proud to see. I'm the only force protection certified candidate that's running. I'm also master trainer in combatives, special operations combative certified, and I'm also active shooter certified as well. So we'll be hands-on extensively when it comes to that. And then when it comes to your vote, which is the most sacred thing, if you're not doing it, drag people to the polls, make them come, because there's millions, 1.3 million graves of service members that are in the ground for that right. So exercise accordingly. I can tell you on this, what I want to do is I want to make sure that you have the most honest and secure and fair election possible. And if that is machines, all right, if that is machines or whatever it is that the people choose for it to be, if it's machines, it's got to meet three things. The components must be made in America, right, with clear chain of custody, and they must be, that way they're foilable by the people. They're not owned by a private company, so you can see everything that's going inside of it, so you got transparency. Right? And then number three, it must meet DoD cybersecurity standards. Because think of it this way. The person you elect via that box is going to have their finger on the nuclear button. So treat it accordingly. Prepare it that way. I believe in small government. I believe every county should have a choice. We can all meet in the middle and find common ground and change things that need to be changed for our level and make sure that we're secure, we're fair, as long as we got standards set across the board that we all meet. My time is up. I went a little bit longer. Thank you so much for not interrupting me. I am a retired first sergeant, so I could sit up here for quite a long time. My name is Brian Norris. Thank you so much. God bless you. God bless these United States of America, and God bless Baxter County.
Thank you for being here. We will now hear from Sarah Fisher, who is the running for a county coroner. She's still here? There she is.
Hello. I'm Sarah Fisher. I filed and am running unopposed. So I'm going to try and keep it short. I am incredibly grateful to be running unopposed. I never really had any interest in politics, so this is all very new to me. A coroner is a very unique microcosm as far as a career choice. Unlike most service industries, we don't get repeat customers. But I am I'm very goal-oriented. I feel like I have the most incredible foundation to start this job, having worked alongside Brad, who's the coroner that just stepped down. He had this really great vision that I embraced along with him. I want to see that continue forward. I'm really looking forward to working with the county to hopefully get our own coroner's office sometime in the very near future, so that we have a professional place where people can come and ask the questions that we get asked sometimes after the fact when families are already making really, really tough decisions during a very stressful time. I want to be able to open the doors to those conversations that can sometimes be very difficult. I would like to engage with some of the first responder agencies. Having been on a flight crew myself for 12 years, I've been a firefighter, and I'm in law enforcement. I feel like I have the unique ability to understand each of those different agencies and how they're going to perceive or work around a particular scene. And I feel like there is room to improve how we all do that can improve basically the integrity of the scene and the evidence that we're collecting and how we work together. I'd like to see some more public education set up. And then with my goals, I started off this year wanting to be the county that provided the most organ donors for the state. And I'm almost there. I don't know if I'll get there before the end of the year, but it's those types of things. I want to know how I can make this department better, how we can serve our families better, and how we can be of more service to all of you. So again, I absolutely love this community. I am from Northern California. I try not to make that public information, but it's out there now. So for the sake of transparency, that's where I am from. But I do love it here. I'm a single mom. I have 3 children. They are all here. They are all seem to be thriving in this area, which I'm very grateful for. So again, I am super grateful. I don't necessarily have to campaign, but I appreciate all your votes. I appreciate the agencies that I work with, and I wish the best of luck to all the candidates who are running. I look forward to working with you all in the future. Thank you.